Hey guys, how you doing? Today we're going to be having a look at Horizons by Thedoo. We're going to be looking at this in two parts, part 1 and part 2. Part 2 should also be out this week, so stay tuned for that. For now, let's have a look at part 1. Alright guys, now the tuning for the song is going to be drop D, that is standard E with the lowest 6th string tuned down one whole step from E to D. So get yourself in tune. Another thing to mention is that if you want the backing track for this, I'm going to be linking Thedoo's Guitar Hero video in the description below. You can go there, and in the description of that video you will find links to download the backing tracks for Horizons and Ascend, as well as the isolated guitar solo tracks that I used to transcribe these. So without further ado, let's have a look at the first section. Alright guys, so we're going to be starting off on the neck pickup. I'm also going to be telling you the pickup changes that the Thedoo does. We're going to be starting off on the neck pickup for this riff. Alright, so a couple of pointers before we look at the frets and the notes. This is going to be all palm muted and it's going to be all down picked. Alright, so you're going to be hitting each note with a downstroke. And it's all going to be palm muted. We're going to be starting off on the open string note on the 4th string. So now we're going to hit the 7th fret, the 8th, 10, now 7 on the 3rd, and then we're going to go backward on the 4th string. So 10, 8, 7. So we have. Now you're going to repeat that 4 times. That's pretty much that. So. Alright, now the next riff. So we're going to be starting off on the 5th fret of the 6th string. I'm going to do 2 palm mutes there, and again this riff is also going to be mainly down picked, so 2 palm mutes on the 5th fret of the 6th string. Now we're going to hit the 7th fret of the 4th string once, and then we're gonna go back to the 5th fret of the 6th string. So now we're gonna hit the 8th fret of the 4th. So, and then we're gonna repeat that again. So we're gonna do 2 palm mutes on the 5, 7, 1 palm mute on the 5, and then 8 again. So we have. After that, we're gonna do 2 palm mutes on the 5th fret of the 6th string again. But now we're gonna do. That's going to be a slide from 5 to 7 on the 3rd, and then we're going to vibrato 8 on the 4th. So that first part. Slowly. And now the second part would go. It's pretty much the exact same thing, but instead of doing, you're going to do, which is a pull off on the 4th string from the 8th fret to the 7th fret, and then on the 5th string from 10 to 8 also a pull off. So alright, so we have. Alright, now we're gonna do quite a jump to the 1st fret of the 6th string, and we're gonna be doing. And it's kind of the same rhythmic idea here, just with different frets. We're gonna do 2 palm mutes on the 1st fret of the 6th string. We're gonna hit 3 on the 4th, and then we're gonna do 1 palm mute on the 1st fret of the 6th, and then we're gonna hit 5 on the 4th. So, and then we're gonna repeat that again. So now we do 2 palm mutes, and then we have. That's gonna be a slide from 3 to 5 on the 4th, and then a slide from 3 to 5 on the 5th. And I'm doing the first one was my middle, the second one was my index. So we have. Alright, now the last part of this is going to be. So again, once again, it's going to be a similar idea. In fact, the first part is pretty much the same as the first part, just up 2 frets. So we're going to be polymeting the 3rd fret of the 6th string, and we're going to be playing the notes on the 4th string, and are going to be 5 and 7. Same idea. In fact, like I said, same thing here, just up 2 frets. At the end, though, we're going to have this lick. It's going to be a hammer on to a pull-off going 7, 8, 7 on the 4th. And then on the 5th string, we're going to slide from 8 to 10, and that's pretty much that. So to recap the last part. And that, guys, is the entirety of the first section. Let's have another look at it slowly with some tabs. Alright guys, now let's have a look at the second section. This is where the actual solo starts. We're gonna be still on the neck pickup, and here's how it goes. Alright, so we're gonna be having a half tone bend on 7 of the 4th string. And then we're gonna hit it again with vibrato. Now we're gonna do a full tone bend on 8 on the 4th string. And you need to keep in mind there's a slight release, so essentially it's like before you hit it again with vibrato. Alright, now we're gonna do the same thing on the 10th fret. And now we have. So this is gonna be 12 on the 4th and then 10 on the 3rd, and most of them are gonna be palm muted. We're gonna do this 3 times. 1, 2, 3. And now we're gonna hit 12 on the 3rd with vibrato. And now we have this. So this is gonna be, we're gonna play 11 on the 2nd string. Now we're gonna hit 10. And we're gonna do kind of a little trill there. We're gonna hammer on to 11, pull back off to 10, and then hammer back on to 11. So we have up to speed. Alright, now after that we're gonna slide into 5. So you wanna hit 11 and slide to 15 in instantaneously. Wait, did I say 5 a second ago? I meant the 15th fret. Alright, then you want to slide out of that, give it a little bit of a second rest before you do. So we're gonna do the same thing over here. But instead of going up to 15 on the 2nd, we're gonna hit a pinch harmonic on 10 of the 3rd with vibrato. Alright, so we have. Alright, now we're gonna do this one more time. But now we have. We're gonna do a pull off from 13 to 10 on the 1st. And then we're gonna hit 13 and slide to 15. So we're gonna hammer on from 13 to 15. And then slide to 17. So we have. We're gonna hit 18. And then we're gonna hit 17 with vibrato. So we have. Now at this point, as you're vibratoing 17, you want to do a pickup change to the bridge pickup, and we're gonna have this little shred. Alright, so we're gonna be having on the 1st string, it's gonna be 18, 15, 13, and then 15, 13. Same thing on the 2nd string, same fret, same idea. And now on the third string, it's gonna be 17, 15, 14, and then 15, 14. So we have... Now we're gonna do 12, 14, 12. And then 15 on the fourth. And then 12 on the third string twice. So... You need to keep in mind that you kind of slow down at the end, so it goes something like... Alright, now at this point, we're gonna go back to the neck pickup as you vibrato to that 12, and then we have... So what we have is that we're gonna be picking 10 on the third, and then 10 on the second, and then 11 on the second. I'm kind of barring my finger here on the 10. And then we're going to do a hammer-on from 8 to 11 and then to 13. And now we're going to pick 10, 11, 13, also still on the second. So we're going to pick 10 now on the first, then 15, and then 17. And that's pretty much that. And you need to keep in mind it's kind of like with rests in between, and so it's a little bit jumpy. Alright guys, so that's the entirety of the first section. Let's have another look at it slowly with some tabs. Alright guys, now let's have a look at the third section. We're going to be starting off like this. So we're going to be vibratoing 18 on the first. And then we're going to do a pull off from 18 to 17 on the first. And then we're going to hit 19 on the third with vibrato. So we have... Now we're going to do a hammer on from 15 to 17 to 18 on the first. And we're going to vibrato 18 when we get there. So... And then once again, pull off from 18, 17 on the first and 19 on the third. So what we have so far... Oh, excuse me. After that, we're gonna hit 17 on the third twice. And then vibrato. And now we have... So this is gonna be a hammer on from 17 to 19 and then to 22 on the third. And then we hit 19 with some vibrato and then we slide out. Alright guys, now we have this. Alright, it's kind of similar to the stuff we had from before. We're gonna be on the fourth string, the 12th fret, and we're gonna be doing. So it's kind of 12, 10, 12 being on the fourth, 10 being on the third, both palm muted. We're gonna do that 3 times. 1, 2, 3. Now the third time you want to actually hammer on to 12 on the third string. So, and then there's gonna be a slight rest after that. So. You're gonna do that again, but now you have at the end, that's gonna be a little hammer on into a pull off going 10, 11, 10 on the second string, so, and then we will hit 12 on the third with vibrato. So what we have is, alright, now after that, so we're gonna repeat the first part again. But right after we do that hammer on from 10 to 12 on the third, we're gonna go back to the 7th fret and we are gonna hammer on 7, 8, 10. And then 10, 8, 10, 12. And then 10, 12, 14, but now 10, 12, 14 twice, so we'd have... And now we're gonna do 11 on the second. So to recap the third section, alright, now at this point, vibratoing 11, we're gonna hit 10 on the second, and then 12 on the fourth. So, and then we're gonna do a hammer on from 8 to 10 to 11 on the second. We're gonna vibrato 11. Alright, and now we're gonna hammer on from 10 to 11 on the second, and then we're gonna hit 12 on the fourth. So we have... Alright, now at this point, that's gonna be, we're gonna hit 10 on the fourth string twice. And now we're gonna do a hammer on from 10 to 12 to 15. And then we will vibrato 12. As you're vibratoing that 12, you're gonna switch to the bridge pickup now. We're gonna have the bridge pickup for the next part, alright? So that's the entirety of the third section. Let's have another look at it slowly with some tabs. Alright guys, hope you enjoyed this lesson for part 1 of Horizons by Thedoo. Be sure to check out our Patreon page in the description below. You can get some extra benefits and you can help us to keep making these riff and soul lessons. If you have any requests, whether it's a soul lesson or riff lesson, then leave it in the comments below. Other than that guys, happy shredding.